Hey, what's going on? So John Carpenter's Toxic Commando just rolled out update, and this one is all about making the game feel smoother, cleaner, and way less frustrating in the moment. The official notes say this patch adds an ADS toggle, sets performance mode as the default on consoles, and targets multiple crash sources across gameplay and menus. Now, that ADS change is a nice quality of life improvement for a lot of people because aiming behavior is one of those things players feel instantly. The new toggle in the settings menu lets you control how aim down sights works, which means the game is giving players a little more control over how they actually prefer to play. That is the kind of adjustment that sounds simple on the surface, but in a shooter, it can make a big difference in comfort and consistency. On top of that, console players now get performance mode enabled by default, which should help make the game feel more responsive without needing to dig through settings first. Those two changes alone already make this patch feel practical instead of flashy, and honestly, practical patches are often the best ones because they get out of the way and let the game breathe. The biggest part of the update is clearly stability. The notes call out crash fixes tied to interacting with mortar equipment, placing ping markers on mortar during the demon bait mission, the session host leaving the match, and even crashing during shutdown. There are also fixes for crashes when a player character dies while another player is joining the session, and for various random crash cases. That means the team is not just patching one obvious problem, they are looking at multiple points where the game could fall apart under normal play. And that matters a lot, because nothing kills momentum faster than getting thrown out of a match right when the action is building. When a patch starts taking out crashes from mission-specific interactions, multiplayer timing, and menu behavior all at once, that usually tells you the developers are trying to make the whole experience more dependable, rather than just smoother in one corner. There is also a very important fix in here for the less dramatic but still incredibly annoying problems, like freezes, softlocks, and actions that simply would not go through. The patch notes mention hidden crashes that were causing freezes or softlocks, plus issues that blocked player actions such as entering vehicles. That is the sort of thing that can make players think the game is broken, even when the issue is not a full crash. A softlock can leave you staring at the screen, unable to move forward, unable to back out cleanly, and basically stuck waiting for the game to sort itself out. So when the patch explicitly says it eliminated hidden crashes that were triggering those problems, that is a strong sign the devs were working on the less visible side of stability too, not just the headline-grabbing crash reports. What makes this update feel especially meaningful is that it reads like a cleanup pass after launch, the kind that tries to make the game more solid for everyday play. The official notes also point forward and say more fixes are expected in a future patch, which suggests this is part of an ongoing support push rather than a one-and-done adjustment. For players, that is usually a good sign. It means the studio is still actively trimming down the rough edges, responding to what is actually breaking, and trying to make sure the game does not fight you while you are trying to enjoy it. And even though this patch is not loaded with new content, it still matters, because a stable shooter with better controls is usually a better shooter. Plain and simple. So if I had to sum this one up in a clean way for a video, I would say this patch is about comfort, reliability, and fewer headaches. You get the ADS toggle, you get performance mode turned on by default for consoles, and you get a long list of crash fixes that touch mortar interactions, mission-specific issues, multiplayer joins, shutdowns, deaths, freezes, softlocks, and block actions. That may not sound as dramatic as a giant content drop, but in actual gameplay, these are the updates that keep a game from feeling rough around the edges. And for Toxic Commando, that kind of polish is exactly what helps a newer game settle in and feel more dependable over time.